Hi, friends. It's Donna with AK Gal Stamps, and it's Monday morning. So I've been playing, of course, in my craft room, having some fun with some new products, which I'll show you in a little bit. But I was working on wanting to do a shaker card. So I don't know if you've ever done one before, but they are a lot of fun. They're not as tricky as you may think. Something that really helps are the um, foam adhesive strips that Stampin' Up! Sells. Those are really helpful in doing a shaker card. But I know I'm on just a tad early, but I think it's 10 o'clock now, so I think we can get started. So, things that are going on locally, I've got a card buffet coming up the 2nd of August. It's got 2 time frames, so you can come. I've got 12 cards for you to pick from. You can pick 5 cards. It's $20, and I'll have some snacks, and you can craft from 10 to 1 or 2 to 5. So I would love it if you would sign up and we can craft together. So that's on the 2nd. And then next month on September 6th is my fall fling mini retreat. I have a new location for it so I can house more people. So RSVPs are going to be due soon. So you need to get that taken care of if you want to join us. Get swag, some pillow gifts. I have prizes and 10 projects. So we will get down to the table here and get started. So that did not, there we go. Let's bring this up just a little bit, and hopefully some people will join us. So let's see. So I am located in Ohio, and I'd love to know where you are from if you are watching on the live or watching on the replay. So, of course, I did some butterflies. Actually, that is not right. We're upside down. Let's try this. That's better. My name is upside down. That's why it kind of threw me for a loop. So I am using the Spotlight on Nature for this shaker card. I'm not using the dies. They are awesome, but I'm not using those. I used a circle die from the Stylish Shapes. I used the largest die, which is right here. This is definitely a good die set to have. So anyway, we will get started. This is actually a very simple card. You can make it as elaborate as you want to. So I'm just starting with a 4 1/4 by 11 card base in Misty Moonlight. So got that. For the inside, I've got a 4 by 5 1/4. The very front panel is some DSP from the Everyday Skies paper, and I've embossed it with the Forever Plaid. I love embossing folders, so they are always fun. This is 4 by 5 1/4, this piece. And then underneath piece that I will stamp on is 3 3/4 by 5. I did kind of a circle in pencil just to kind of get it so that I have an area where I want to stamp. And that's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to stamp and do some coloring. So it looks like it might be nice today. I'm not sure, but it looks like it's going to be nice. So I'm going to put that right there. Hey, that stayed in there. Awesome. I just needed it for that particular placement. And I am going to erase my circles because I only had that just for where I was going to put my stamped image. This is basic white, by the way, that I'm using. Let's see. Now I'm going to color these with Stampin' Blends, and I am using Azure Afternoon, Light and Dark, and I'm using the Light Blueberry Bushel. It's a little bit darker, I think, than Azure Afternoon. So hopefully we can color this quickly. I think coloring can be like watching paint dry. I like to color, but don't know if I really want to watch people color. So there's that dark, and then I'm going to go with the next darkest. There's no rocket science to this. I'm just kind of coloring. Just adding a little color here. And then the light. And I'll probably go over the whole thing, or most of it, just trying to blend these colors. I'm wondering if you like to color. I'm just trying to pull the colors up. I don't mind coloring, but I generally like a faster, I like to I'd rather stamp. Okay, so there's that. And then I've got Mossy Meadow for the leaves. Getting some dark in there. I know some people who really do fantastic jobs in coloring. So there's that. And then we'll add the light. I'm just wondering if you've ever done a shaker card. There are lots of methods. I've seen people use the plastic cello bags. So this is just taking me a couple minutes, not long. Just trying to add some. That's good enough. And I think I'm going to put, with the black, I'm going to put Dear Friend on here. Right there. That looks good. Okay, so we've got that. Now we also need a piece of window sheet. And where did it go? There it is. It's easy to lose it. So I'm putting it on the back, and I'm just going to use some adhesive. And this is actually from the box, from my, when I get my stamps. I'm just putting this on here to try and hold that in place, because I'm also going to stick some other things. Well, this is going to stick to my to the white that I just stamped. So, and this is just the flimsy stuff, really flimsy, that comes in your stamp case. And I'm just going to place that over this, like that. Okay, so now you've got that piece, got your window sheet, but you are going to need to put a barrier on this white piece. I am going to put it on here so I have it all set in position. And after I'm done with this card, I'll show you the others I made with different sets and different paper. Definitely went with the blues on this. This white piece was 3 3/4 by 5. And this is going to go like that right over it. So I need to use some of these strips and some scissors. So I'm going to go over the top of this. These really make it a lot easier to do this. And you have to enclose these. They have to touch. I'm going to make sure that, because I know that I have to have this all the way over here. So I may need a little bit more, a short piece. A little short piece to make sure that I went far enough over. Okay, there's a little piece. That'll work. I do like shaker cards. They are a fun element to add to your card. Now this, I know this does not need to be all the way down to the bottom because the circle is not that big. So I'm going to put that right there. Get another strip. Let's get something not quite as long. Everybody must be at work or something. There's nobody on today. Kind of surprised. I usually have some friends on. They must all be busy. There's that. Yeah, you definitely don't want to see these edges. So hopefully I can get this just right, like that. Okay, so we've got that boundary all around that, and this is going to go like this. You don't see anything, so that's good. Great. Now, what to use? There are all kinds of embellishments. Use what you have. I'm using these iridescent shaker circles because they go more, I think, with this. So I always like a little more than less. So there's that. How fun is that? Now I'm going to pull everything, all the sticky off these so I can place my top on. Oops, that's stuck to my finger. I think this one's going to turn out great. So far, so good. I have a nice little trash box at the corner of my desk. I fill it up very quickly. Hey, that's not quite right. That's got a little spot on it. I'm going to put a little piece here. That's not good. I am surprised that I didn't get it filled in. Whoa. Wonder if I can get that to wedge in there. Maybe that'll work. Maybe that will work just a little bit. We will find out, won't we? Let me get hair off here. So we get that right there. And we have our shaker card. So I've got this. I colored some butterflies that were in the stamp set and die cut them. The dies do not cut out any of the stamped images. This one was more in Misty Moonlight with a little bit of, I think, Blueberry Bushel. This one is Azure Afternoon and Blueberry Bushel. So I think I'm going to use that. And I think I'm going to use some liquid glue and put that on there. Just at the top. I don't want it to go on the window sheet per se. It takes longer to dry. But we are going to put that right there. I'm going to keep that one. But I like that. Okay, that works. Let me put this lid on. And we are going to not do Dear Friend. We are going to stamp this crosshatch pattern. We're going to do that. And let's see. I don't want it dark. So I think stamping off twice works. Ooh, that's a little too dark. That one. And I think we'll do thanks. Let us see. I like Azure Afternoon. I don't use it very often. And I need to clean that one off too. Okay, we'll close that up. And this goes on the inside. There's a little bit of adhesive here. And put that on the inside. So that didn't take too long. You've got this nice little shaker card. Oh, I need to put some embellishments on this. You cannot have a card without something besides all the shaker stuff, right? These are really pretty. I'm giving these away for the challenge this week. So there's that. There's that. Don't have enough putty on my take your pick tool, I think. And that. There. There's how that goes. So, what do you think about that? I think it's pretty. And if you oops in your coloring, doesn't matter because there's so much stuff going on, right? So that is today's card. And I also made this with the sunrise sailing, and I used my blender pen with ink. So did that one. I like that. Good. This set is good for retirement too. And then I also made this one with the Perfectly Pears. Really like this paper. Very pretty. I didn't use the right color shaker elements, I don't think. Too bright. But that is that card. Which do you like the best? The sailing one, the pears, or the butterfly? So anyway, I hope you give this shaker card a try and get you some of these strips because they are really helpful with making shaker cards or giving really good dimension. And see, I used the sailboat for a die cut for the opening. This one I used a layering stencil, a layering die that has multiple sizes. And this one was a circle. So you can use anything to cut out for your opening. So I hope you have a really great day, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.